Hi everyone, I'm Connie Roberts.
And I'm Jim Skakoza.
Jim, I heard that this homeowner is a fan of the show.
Yeah, apparently they've been watching for many, many years and they're very excited about this new project that we're doing in their backyard. Check it out.
All right, Jim, let's tell everybody the details. This looks like a great project.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So over the years, the homeowners here did several projects back here. They built some brickwork, they have some brick walls, they have some brick paving, they have some concrete paving that was put in a number of years ago. It was kind of a mixed mash of all different products over a course of a large period of time, actually. At this point, they were really excited about just trying to take everything out, let's start from scratch, do a complete rehab. So they're going to be getting a brand new patio, concrete pavers, a nice little sitting wall with 2 pillars on either end, and a pathway that goes down. We have to rebuild some walls down below on the other side of the house, continue the pathway down there, create a new area for them to store their garbage cans. So it's just a lot of hardscape, but it's just going to be a big transformation from what they've got now.
Nice.
Work is underway to remove all these bricks from the original patio. But during the excavation process, the crew unearths different types of soil placed by the previous installer.
Well, Jim, there's always something interesting that happens sometimes at projects.
Yeah, that it does. So here, in this case, we came here, there was an existing brick patio that was in this space. And whoever put it in originally dumped about, I don't know, almost 2 feet of sand into that space before they laid the pavers. So sand, when we do, sand's important for us in terms of our bedding for the pavers, but it needs to only be about 1 inch thick. So it's on top of all our base material. So we had to wind up taking all that sand out of here. Then what we found is the base material in here is pretty much all clay. So sand and clay are kind of our enemies when we're talking about pavers. So now we've got to dig some of the clay out and get that supported. We're going to put some fabric in here, and then we're going to put some heavier base stone in there to try to stiffen everything up before we can start building our base up for the patio. So a lot of extra work, but which we didn't realize until we started digging in here, until we ripped out the old patio. But in the end, it's the only way, because if you don't do it properly now, it's just not going to hold up over time. So we're taking the right steps and making it work.
Nice.
The crews remove all of the old brick pavers and continue to remove sand and clay from the patio area. But they encounter another surprise.
Jim, I see there's something going on here by this foundation.
Well, another surprise. So there was a concrete pad here that we ripped out. And after we ripped it out, we found that some of the foundation material here is getting pretty rotted. So we informed the homeowner. We have another contractor coming in. They're going to take a look at that and make that repair, obviously, before we put everything back in here. But not unusual. We do find this from time to time, but it's better to deal with it now than have an issue with it later on.
Right.
The side area next to the garage is cleared and the ground is leveled. The backyard patio base layer is now in.
Well, Jim, you've accomplished a lot of things in a few days.
Well, it's coming together now. You can see we're bringing our grade up with our base stone. We dug out all that sand and clay that was in here, in this space here. So now we're building everything back up. You can see we started our pillar and our wall over here, and now we're moving down the walkway over here. But we ran into some other obstacles on the other side of the house. Let me show you what's going on over there.
Okay.
The cold fall weather has arrived and the crew bundles up. They're preparing the patios and walkways for a final layer of stone.
Jim, what's happening here?
There was an existing wall here that we took down earlier. And we also had to take out some concrete down there, which we hadn't planned on originally. But we took that all out. Now we're rearranging the space, and we're creating an entry into the doorway. There's a space here for them to put their garbage cans. There'll be a couple steps. And now, originally this was not going to be all paved. It was just going to be a walkway coming up, but she wants this all paved at this point.
Okay.
So we have to dig that out. Now we have to get the AC unit disconnected and moved so we can pave, and then it'll be reinstalled after the fact.
Oh, okay.
And the other problem is this wall, this existing wall, it's falling down.
It's coming
So
this way.
we're going to take it out and we're going to build a brand new wall. So we just keep adding to this project, but it's coming out. It's going to be wonderful when it's done. It's just
Yeah.
every time we turn around, we seem to hit another snag that we've got to work through. But that's what we do.
Coming up next, rainy weather turns the site to mud, slowing things down. First Northern Bank and Trust is your local loan specialist for personal and business loans. Local decision makers can expedite the approval process and customize financial solutions to help you reach your goals. At our independent community bank, you'll enjoy friendly service and the latest technologies. From 11 convenient locations, we serve customers in Carbon, Lehigh, Monroe, and Northampton counties. First Northern Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. New technology is evolving for home heating and cooling. Manufacturers keep updating their products. RJ Groner Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing constantly trains its employees, investing in virtual reality tools and in-house schooling. When you call RJ Groner for help, we send a tech who has the knowledge to solve your problem. Their skills are the best in the area.
Customer service is our #1 priority. Whether it's an installation or emergency repair, call us at 570-421-7260.
Looking to tell your story? George Roberts Productions creates TV shows, podcasts, and video blogs, video series, and customer information pieces. We also record your important events for social media releases and archiving. From writing to final production, we make you look good. Contact George Roberts Productions today, 570-664-7399, or go online. Your business is important to us.
Jim, there's lots going on this side of the house. What's happening here?
Well, we're trying to wrap up this side here. We can't work out back. We had some rain overnight and it's just nothing but mud. So we can't make much progress back there. So we're concentrating on this space here. As you recall, we pulled out the old concrete. We took out the old wall that was here that was failing. So we're building a new wall. This is all going to be paved space. We carved out an area over here for her to put their garbage cans and all. Right in that space. This is going to be a step up here to more paved space. Remember, there used to be an air conditioning unit there. We had that removed so we can do the paving, and then they'll come back and put it back in place when we're done.
Okay.
And then the old wall that we took down there, we're building a new wall there and another set of steps to get up to the elevation to the walkway, which will go then tie into the patio out back. So a lot of detail work. You know, we have our drain pipe there that we put in, comes out here, comes through the front of the wall, so the roof drainage will come through and go down the driveway. Just a slow process because a lot of detail work, and especially now with the mud conditions, it's it's not working as fast. Although tomorrow's probably all going to be frozen based on the forecast.
Maybe it'll warm up later.
Yeah.
A contractor is brought in to address the rotting boards in the back of the house. He was able to replace them without stopping the rest of the work.
Jim, I see that the water damage is now fixed.
All repaired. So unfortunately, we find stuff like this when we start excavating around a home. And when we pulled the concrete slab away that was here and pulled the soil and stuff away from there, then we found that sill and the box and the framing that was all rotted out just because of water up against it all the time. So we had to bring in another contractor in. He went in there. He literally had to jack up the floor joist in the basement because the sill was so rotted that the floor was actually sinking. So he jacked everything up, put a new plate in there, fixed the box, put everything back together, put a piece of AZAC on there for a nice piece of trim, trimmed around the sliding door, and now it looks beautiful, better than ever.
Yeah.
And she didn't have to worry about anything going wrong down the road here. Yeah, so it worked out great.
Nice.
Work continues on the backyard patio. A half-circle wall is installed along with the pillars on both ends. After placing the pillars with the new wall, the caps are put in place.
All right, Jim, this is beautiful, but it looked a little heavy.
Yeah, they're pretty darn heavy. It takes 4 of us to actually lift it up and put it on place there, but works out nice. It's a nice finish to the pillar.
Yeah.
So you can see we've completed our wall here basically. Now we just got to run some more caps out the top. So this is a combination retaining wall and a sitting wall. So on the high side of the property back here, it's actually a retaining wall, whereas you come down the sides, you're going to be able to see both sides of the wall, so it's technically a sitting wall. So the thing about this that makes it a little bit more difficult and time consuming is the fact that the radius that we chose to put here, we need to cut every single block to fit that radius, both on the front side, inside here in the wall, and also on the outside. So they come with angles on the block, but they never meet the right radius, unfortunately. So we literally have to cut every single block. So very time consuming, but in the end, you can see how nice it comes out. Now we also have drainage behind there, just to keep any pressure off the wall, clean stone, geogrid and fabric, the typical stuff that we do behind the walls. But in the end, it's going to be fantastic.
Before pavers can be placed in this patio, an intricate pattern of lines must be set up in order to make sure the final design drains properly.
Jim, let's talk about what's happening on this side of the house.
Yeah, so we're getting ready here. We hope to be laying pavers in the next day or so. What we're doing now is just bringing our base stone up to the proper grade so that we can come in after this and put sand down and start laying the pavers. But before we do that, we have to finish all the cap work on the walls. As you recall, we wound up doing a lot more wall work here and steps than we anticipated from the beginning of the project. And that had to do with the fact that we had some old brick walls that were standing here and literally falling down. So we had to take them down and rearrange everything here and put up some all new walls. So that added a little time to the project, but in the end, I think it's going to be a better result anyway.
Up next, a spider web of level lines helps the crew lay out the backyard patio. RJ Groner Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing staff has morning meetings where assignments are discussed. Then the crews head out to homes in the Poconos and Lehigh Valley, ready to maintain, repair, or replace your home equipment. RJ Groner brings the knowledge, giving you peace of mind. We've been servicing the area for nearly 100 years. We'll keep your home comfortable and safe year-round.
Whether it's an installation or emergency repair, call us at 570-421-7260.
Community. It's where we work. It's where we play. It's where you'll find First Northern Bank and Trust, offering community banking services. First Northern Bank and Trust is a family-owned and operated bank. Our local decision makers offer fast approvals and customized financial solutions. Plus, we keep your money right here in the community, stimulating local economic growth and providing jobs for our friends and neighbors. First Northern Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sonia's Sweet Inspirations will help you blow your guests away with elegant cakes, cute cupcakes, specialty desserts, and more. Reader's Choice Award winner for Best Wedding Cakes. Sonia's Sweets are just that, sweet. Stop by North 9th Street, Stroudsburg to try a new fresh dessert today. So come by to Sonia's Sweet Inspirations at North 9th Street, Stroudsburg. Check us out at soniassweetinspirations.com and follow us on Facebook.
Jim, I really like the patio pavers here, how you're setting them up. I like the wall. It's got to be difficult to set all this up.
Well, we always want to try to create some interest in our designs. If you're going to go out and do a large-scale project like this, you really want to be able to enjoy it not when we're first done, but really enjoy it over the course of many, many years. So oftentimes we try to put elements into the project, whether it's curves or straight lines or how we change up patterns on the pavers, In this case here, we turn them on a 45-degree bias because it just visually expands the space when you come in here instead of just running everything parallel to the foundation of the home or just straight down the walk. It just makes things look a little broader, a little bit more bigger. And when we're using a paver that has a little bit more scale to it because it's such a large project, it works out much nicer, and it's more pleasing visually to see it that way. So we did that with this particular job. We have this radius wall that we built here to create this very large patio space here that gets connected to the walk and then goes down to the side of the house all the way down to the driveway. So in the end, it worked out really nicely.
I like how you make it like a room and it's a sitting wall, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're doing this, you actually end up running into some obstacles. You have to work around things.
Well, that's true. That's always on every job, basically. But in this case, one of the things that was really most important, since this is going to be a relatively flat space, is water. You know, we talk about this often because we don't want water sitting or pooling on the patio. Don't want water going towards the house. So in this case here, what we had to do was figure out how do we want to run our drainage in here. We have this wall behind us, so nothing can escape that way. We don't want the water to pool up against the wall. And on the opposite side, we don't want the water pooling up against the foundation of the home. So we had to make sure we set our grades properly. So the way this thing got laid out is that the water will come down and out this way and exit out that open section of the patio there. So from the pillar to the house, that's all open, and the water will shed that way. Anything that hits the house area is going to shed this way and then out that way. Very minute grade changes, and that's why we ran all our string lines, so we can get that perfectly set to run out to that point of the paver, the patio, I should say. But that makes sure, or assures the fact that we're not going to have water either laying here or up against the house or up against the wall. So, you know, some details that we got to work out for sure in advance.
With the help of a triangle, the crew can start putting pavers down on an angle. This makes the design more interesting. Each paver is like a piece of a puzzle as they continue the pattern. They are laying pavers from the side yard to a pathway connecting to the backyard patio.
Jim, I know sometimes there's existing elements in a project, but I see you guys always get to work around them and make them look like they fit right in.
Pretty much in every project, we've got to work around something. In this case here, we had a window well that was set up here against the basement window. And our elevation for the patio is certainly higher than the window, so we had to maintain that and then cut our pavers around that. And again, there's pitch here so the water sheds away from that window well. Further down the walkway, you can see there is a septic tank. And unfortunately, it's right where the walk was going. Can't move the septic tank.
Nope.
So what we had to do was get a little fancy cutting on some of the border block there to go around that well head, and so they can always pick up that lid and service the septic tank very easily. Another option would have been to bury it lower, but then they would have to undo the pavers when they go to pump out the tank. So we chose to do it this way and just make some fancy cuts around the edge of that perimeter of the septic lid. But stuff like that happens all the time on every job, so we just come up with a solution.
The side yard is now finished, and all the work is being done on the backyard patio. The cold weather is here, and they're about ready to call it a season.
Well, Jim, it looks like the guys are finishing up here. They're doing a great job. It's almost done.
It's almost done. We're kind of wrapping up the project here now. We're doing our final cut-ins on our border block and some of the edges and all. And we're doing some grading, doing some cleanup work, and before you know it, this project will be over.
All right, well, stay with us because we're going to do a final walkthrough when we come back.
Still ahead, we'll take a look at the finished backyard project. New technology is evolving for home heating and cooling. Manufacturers keep updating their products. RJ Groner Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing constantly trains its employees, investing in virtual reality tools and in-house schooling. When you call RJ Groner for help, we send a tech who has the knowledge to solve your problem. Their skills are the best in the area.
Customer service is our #1 priority. Whether it's an installation or emergency repair, call us at 570-421-7260.
First Northern Bank and Trust is your local loan specialist for personal and business loans. Local decision makers can expedite the approval process and customize financial solutions to help you reach your goals. At our independent community bank, you'll enjoy friendly service and the latest technologies. From 11 convenient locations, we serve customers in Carbon, Lehigh, Monroe, and Northampton counties. First Northern Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sonia's Sweet Inspirations will help you blow your guests away with elegant cakes, cute cupcakes, specialty desserts, and more. Reader's Choice Award winner for Best Wedding Cakes. Sonia's Sweets are just that, sweet. Stop by North 9th Street, Stroudsburg to try a new fresh dessert today. So come by to Sonia's Sweet Inspirations at North 9th Street, Stroudsburg. Check us out at soniassweetinspirations.com and follow us on Facebook.
Welcome back to the show, Jim. You know, you got this job done just in the nick of time before winter hit.
Yeah, we had a little dusting the other day, and we got some heavier stuff coming tomorrow. So fortunately, we were able to finish everything up as far as we could go. We'll come back in the spring and just tweak a few things. But other than that, the project's basically done.
Okay.
So if you look behind you here, remember there was a brick wall here, there was a brick wall up there. Both of them were failing. Originally, this was just going to be a walkway coming down to this area and into the garage door. And there was some old concrete that was here at the time. Once we started the project, the homeowners came out and asked if we could eliminate the concrete, eliminate the walls, and do something a little bit different because they were failing anyway. So that tackled a little bit more of an issue for us, in that we had to do some more. We had to get some more materials, take everything down, added some time to the job. But ultimately, you can see how much better it is. That whole section became the paved area for them to put for storage of some of their equipment. They got their shed there. The AC unit goes back in there. We created a space for the trash cans here, and made a nice, safe, comfortable way to come down here and get into this space and into the garage. The last thing they're going to do is we're going to have a little handrail on the step over there, and just a nice little step over here for them to get off a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it was a much better solution, and it worked out pretty darn well.
That's a nice, easy access to get on this side of the property.
Yep.
Well, Jim, I remember when the wall was here, it was a little tricky taking it down, but it happened quickly.
Well, it didn't take much to bring it down because it was failing already, and it really wasn't anchored into the ground at all. There wasn't much of a foundation. But the problem was we have this generator sitting here, and that brick wall was a little bit further back, right up against the edge of that generator. The last thing we wanted to do was have that ground collapse and have the generator fall down into that space.
Right.
So we had to pull it away and get this wall built up quickly. We have some geogrid in here and stabilize this whole area without affecting the stability of the generator. So it worked out pretty well in the end.
Nice.
Let's take a walk out back.
Okay. Jim, this is interesting. It looks like artwork. It looks really good.
Well, we adapted here a little bit because this is a septic tank here with the lid. So we have access to pump it out. And it was right where the walk was going to go. We really couldn't move the walk one way or the other because there's another tank, as you can see over there, and also a clean out pipe. So what we decided is we're just going to take it through the walk, and then we took our border block and we just did a nice cutout around the outside edge of the tank lid so that you can easily lift the lid out and have it pumped out. So it came out pretty cool, but it's just a little different.
I like it.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the patio.
Okay.
Well, Connie, what do you think?
I think it's a nice big patio. I love
Big
the
space,
size.
isn't it?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it really worked out nicely. So if you recall, there was just an old brick patio here. Had some failing brick walls. It's much smaller than this is now, and just looked kind of awful and very dated.
Yeah.
So there was a concrete pad over there going into the home, And as you recall, when we pulled it away, we saw there was all rotted wood along the framing there.
Yeah.
So we had to get another contractor to come in and take care of that before we could finish up in here.
And you don't even know that was there now.
Don't even know, it really came out very nicely. The other thing we ran into here was that once we started digging in here to put our base material in and build our foundation, we found a lot of, depths, feet of sand in here, sand and clay, which is not a stable product for putting pavers in, so we had to take a lot of that material out and put in some larger stone and then build our foundation up from there with geogrid and with some fabric to make this stable and make sure it's going to last over time. So that added some additional time and expense to the project, but in the end it was the right thing to do, because now they're not going to have to be concerned about this at all.
It's going to last a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. We kind of framed it with the retaining wall. It's kind of a half retaining wall, half sitting wall, and anchored it with some 2 pillars on either end.
Yeah.
Really came out great. The homeowners are thrilled, and we're very happy with the way the project turned out. So it got a little late to put polymeric sand into the joints because it's too cold. So we're going to come back in the spring. Then we're going to do some final grading and seeding, and then the project will be completely
Wow.
finished. But all in all, pretty good.
Well, Jim, if people want to get in contact with you, what do you want to tell them?
Well, give us a call. Okay, we're still landscaping, so contact us on the web at chnursery.com or give us a call.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time right here.
Sure, I'm ready. Let's go.
I'm going to try.
The old cesspool, a little 55-gallon drum.
You're hired. I have to be spot on and ready with you. Jeez.
That's the way we work. Do the walkthrough, blah, blah, blah.
Son, I wasn't spot on. The walkthrough, blah, blah, blah.
Did you want to get more than that? Ready when you are.
Okay.